Hi, did you know that sneaking out of the house without telling your dog anything can actually worsen his separation anxiety problem? If you're doing this, I totally understand that your intention is to not upset him even more because you already know how distressed he gets when you're gone. And in over 20 years of experience working with anxious dogs and their human parents, this is one of the most common mistakes that people tell me they make. And I know the line of thought is if I don't say anything and if I just sneak out, he won't get even more upset than he already does. But here's the truth. Now, on one hand, it's true that if your goodbye ritual is a long, drawn out procedure full of hugging and kissing, and then you suddenly close the door because you leave, that is going to create what we call an emotional contrast in your dog. He will go from a moment of deep, intense connection with you to feeling a total void, and that can make him more anxious. But sneaking out, on the other hand, can also make his anxiety problem much worse. So, why? Well, anxious dogs need predictability. They need to be able to tell more or less what's coming next because predictability to them means security. Certainty means security. So when you leave and you actually say something to your dog, and we'll talk about that just now, you're being predictable. Now, when you sneak out and don't say anything to him, you become unpredictable because he never knows when you're going to disappear, so to speak. And so, because you become unpredictable, he is more likely to become more vigilant of your whereabouts. So, for example, he may start following you around the house as you go from room to room, or he may lay down by the door just to make sure that you don't sneak out with him without him noticing. And so this is actually counterproductive because the foundation to your dog learning to feel safe when you're not there is precisely by having moments where he chooses to stay away from you. For example, you may be watching TV in the living room and he may decide to go interact with a chew toy outside, for example. So, what happens is if your dog learns to never let you out of his sight, then those moments where he chooses to be away from you will become less and less. And that's why I say it's counterproductive to create a situation where he never wants to lose sight from you. So, what you should do instead, or what I advise you to do instead, is to have a short goodbye ritual and make sure it's always the same ritual. So, for example, you can say something like, "See you later, be a good boy or a good girl," and give him a kiss and leave, or give him a bit of a pat and leave. So that way, you are informing him that you're leaving. You're not sneaking out, but you're not having a long, drawn out ritual. And by having this short goodbye ritual, you are being predictable. You're not sneaking out and you're not creating this void afterwards. Okay. So if you find this helpful, just go down to the description where you will find a free training video. I hope you enjoy it.